Hi, Tracy. Yeah, hopefully some more people will pop in. Yeah, hopefully some more people will pop in. All right, wait a minute. We're getting hopefully feedback. Some more people will pop in. Wait a minute. We're getting hopefully feedback. People will pop in. Wait a minute. We're getting hopefully feedback. People will pop in. Okay, let's see how that does. All right, can you hear me? Okay. Hello, can you hear me? Okay. Can't see me. Okay. Let's see. Okay, you can see me now? Okay, good. All right, good. Yeah, I was on a podcast last night through YouTube, and we were having some technical issues. Oh, hey, Tara. But apparently, if I have Facebook open at the same time on another screen, then apparently there's feedback and all kinds of issues. So I had to close that window. I was trying to keep it open because I need to refer back. Hey, Pam, Tracy. All right, let me see if I can get over. There we go. I'll just bring it up on my phone because there's a, hey, Tracy. Yeah, just bring it up on my phone rather than bringing it up on my laptop. There's a little article I wanted to read at least part of, as part of this podcast discussion. And yeah, we'll wait a little bit more. How you doing, Pam? Okay, well, I wanted to wait a little bit, but that's okay. We'll just get right on into it, and whoever comes in, they can rewind and listen to it because it'll be recorded anyways on YouTube. They'll be able to watch. Good to hear, Pam. How was your day, Tara, at work? One of these days, I'm going to learn how to bring on a guest. I know Tara, you played with the puppies most of the day. Oh man. Tara works for a vet, and what a job. I'm sure every day isn't playing with puppies, but I'm sure it has pleasant moments and not quite so pleasant moments, as all jobs. But that's fun. That's fun. Okay. I put a link to the article at the top of the feed, and it's from Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie. The article is from November 30th, 2021. Pennsylvania mayor says suspected encounter with Bigfoot was life-changing. Hey, Squatch and Holler. Good to see you here. You're coming in on mine. Yeah, this is just simple. I'm reading an article right now. I just haven't even started into the article yet. But you know, I wanted to discuss getting zapped, infrasound and ultrasound, the difference between, and then we can talk it over, as to what the difference is. And yeah, tell you what, let me know who all in here has been zapped, been hit with infrasound at least one time in some way, shape, or form. I'll put up my hand. Yes, I have. Yeah, you go out in the woods and there's all kinds of different things, different signs and symptoms and different reactions that the human body gives, whenever you get so-called zapped. And if you haven't heard of zapped or infrasound, it's whenever you go out bigfooting or even hiking, and then all of a sudden you feel sick. Or just for no reason, you get terrified or panicked, or you get a sudden sensation of being lost in a totally familiar place, but you're lost. You get turned around, you have no idea, or you get a migraine or upset stomach or a sudden bout of diarrhea. Yeah, you're right, Tara. It does. It sucks. But there's all kinds of different reactions that the human body, gets, from getting hit with infrasound. Yeah, Martin Groves. Yeah, and Daryl. Yeah, I know. I've gotten hit. I've no idea how many times. Just different reactions. Okay, Squatch and Holler. Yeah. Jittery, couldn't move. Yeah. Absolute fear. Yeah. Yeah. The one time I was hiking, and all of a sudden I just got hit with this absolute, not really terror, but an intense feeling of danger. That if I went forward anymore, it was just danger. If I went further on that trail. Other times I've gotten an intense migraine, an upset stomach, vertigo, where you get dizzy, jittery, can't move. I haven't had where I couldn't move, but jittery, yeah. all kinds of different things, that can happen to you. But let me read this article. This is from Coast to Coast AM. I put the link at the beginning of the comment section, if you want to refer to it. This is from November 30th, 2021, an article by Tim Binnell. Pennsylvania mayor says suspected encounter with Bigfoot was life-changing. And here I was going to read this on my laptop where this print was nice and large and I could read it real clear. All right. The mayor of a town in Pennsylvania believes that he once encountered Bigfoot during a camping trip decades ago and says that the terrifying experience changed his life forever. Sharing the wild story with a local media outlet, Greg Stokes says that the incident occurred back in July of 1984 while he and his girlfriend were spending the night out in the wilderness near the Delaware River. Suddenly, the still stunned witness, who now serves as the mayor of the borough of Regalsville, recounted, the peacefulness of the night was pierced by the presence of something large and seemingly bipedal lurking around their campsite. Now that would strike terror into you, wouldn't it? It proceeded to stalk me for 2 hours and then screamed at me at the top of its lungs when I was inside my tent, Stokes recalled. The scream was just absolutely incredible. It was definitely territorial. It was definitely directed at us. The mayor says that the low, guttural call was so powerful that it vibrated his body to the point that he couldn't see the inside of the tent. It was like looking through shimmering water. Amazingly, Stokes remembers how the creature behind the sound was seemingly so close to the campsite that I could hear its lips pop open when it started to scream. Okay, and I don't need to finish the article. You can, again, I put the link to that article at the top of the comment section, and you can finish reading it yourselves. Now, Greg is a member of Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project, and great guy, extremely intelligent, extremely. And what he encountered was not infrasound. There is a difference between infrasound and ultrasound. Infrasound, what they refer to as getting zapped, and I would think that either one could be termed as getting zapped because you do suffer from physical effects from either one, infrasound or ultrasound. And, normally you would think ultrasound, well, heck, that's why pregnant women go into the hospital and get an ultrasound so they can see the baby and make sure everything's okay. Well, ultrasound, let me go back, infrasound, which is what everyone hears about, getting zapped. That's a low frequency sound, and it's below the level of human hearing. That's below 20 hertz and below. Ultrasound is 20 hertz or above. It's a high frequency sound wave, and it's vibrations of sound at the upper limits of human hearing. And you heard that, vibrations of human hearing. And sorry, I bumped my laptop. It wasn't getting zapped. Ultrasound, again, that's something that can once you get hit with that or zapped by ultrasound, it, Greg, he felt the effects. It affected his eyesight, where all he saw was shimmering for the sides of his tent. It affected his eyesight. It can literally vibrate your eyeballs. It can get that intense. Ultrasound is an audible sound that you can hear. Infrasound, you cannot hear. It's below the level of hearing. Infrasound, again, the effects on the human body are very wide-ranging, extremely wide-ranging, from, like I said, from upset stomach, diarrhea, migraine, intense fear, terror, amnesia. If you have prolonged exposure to infrasound, such as if you are near windmills for a long period of time, windmills will put out, well, they put out infrasound through the turning of the turbines. It gives out infrasound. Long-term exposure to infrasound can cause brain cancer, and that is documented. Ultrasound, it's the sound that is audible. You can hear it. And, like Greg related in his story. A friend of mine also was hit or zapped by ultrasound. She lived up in Canada, or she does currently live in Canada. And she was hunting and was tired, sat down, and rested her back up against a tree. There's Sinead. And she just fell asleep there. And she's soundly sleeping, and all of a sudden, she woke up to something roaring at her from pretty close by. It burst her eardrums, and so, it wasn't a mountain lion. Mountain lion wouldn't be able to burst your eardrums, although they can roar pretty loud. Wasn't a bobcat, or wasn't an elk or turkey or anything else. It was something else. Bigfoot, we don't know. But whatever it was, whenever it roared, it emitted ultrasound. It zapped her with ultrasound and burst her eardrums, both eardrums. Anyone else think that they may have gotten hit or zapped by either infrasound or ultrasound? Oh, Steeler Stacker, hey, how you doing? Can they heal? You mean the eardrums? Eventually. Yeah, it's just the intense pain, and you can't hear for a while after getting your eardrums burst. She fantastic researcher, absolutely fantastic. Okay, you're outside Pittsburgh too? Yeah, I'm north of Pittsburgh, Steeler Stacker. Up around the Newcastle area. I'm doing great, thanks. Now we're talking about getting zapped, infrasound and ultrasound. Let me know anyone else have Have you gotten zapped? Okay, let me bring that up. Okay, you took a report that 2 guys had something scream at them, and one guy started vomiting, violently. And the other guy dropped to the ground covering his ears. That would have been ultrasound because the sound was audible. And infrasound is below the level of hearing, whereas ultrasound is above our normal level of hearing and audible sound. But no matter what, the effect is the same. It still affects the body in a negative way. It can really affect you. Vomiting violently. I can get that. I've heard of people just being totally out of it. I know I've had an upset stomach. I may not have been directly in line of getting hit with infrasound, but it was enough that it was uncomfortable, and I wasn't feeling well. But we were out researching, and we were out in Oklahoma on this trip. And another night while we were out in Oklahoma, 2 of us, Chuck and I, we both got migraines. We were both feeling sick, upset stomach and migraines, and we were away from the rest of the people. We were, oh goodness, I think there were around 14 of us, on that particular trip. And we were way out in the boonies, and Chuck and I had gone off because there was a section where we were standing at the base of a cliff, and there was something walking on top of the cliff, and it was walking towards us. It was coming downhill along the edge of the cliff, and doggone it, I was thinking, man, if that cliff lets go, and whatever that is comes tumbling down, it's not going to be good. But it was walking down the hill because the cliff was tapering down until eventually it met up with where we were at. And we took off from there and went back up to where the rest of the people were. And I think at that point we both got into the truck, we both got into the truck because neither one of us were feeling well. Yeah. The other guy dropped to the ground covering his ears. There's just too many things that can happen. Okay. I know one of these days I'm still new to StreamYard. I'm still learning this. And one of these days going to figure out how to invite. Okay, I see there's an invite button. I'm not quite sure who I want to invite on with me to talk. Hey, Forest friend. Good to see you. I'm glad you were able to pop in. Now, Forest friend, have you ever been zapped? Hit with infrasound, felt sick, or any other adverse symptoms, while you were out hiking around or possibly around Bigfoot? Um, upset stomach or migraine or anything else? Okay, nauseous, yeah. How about you, Steeler Stacker? Anything like that with you? Okay, forest friend. Okay, Steeler Stacker. Not yet. Not yet, Steeler Stacker. Not with you, I know, but you can say not yet. Okay, Tracy. Sudden fear. Okay. Yeah, it happens. And forest friend, you asked them to pull back, and they did. I've had to do that. What was it, last summer? Uh, Tara was with us. We were out camping at Prince Gallitzin State Park, and we were having activity. There was something there. We were sitting around the campfire, and there was possibly some Bigfoot standing in the trees across from us. And we were watching. There were orbs. There were all kinds of really strange things going on. I've seen orbs before, but nothing like this. The orbs were up in the air right at the treetops, and it was just unusual, something I had never experienced before. And I don't quite know how to take orbs. I truly don't. But what happened, and Tara, you remember this? Yeah. We were sitting around the campfire, and all of a sudden, I was feeling intense pressure in my head, just pressure. And another teammate of ours, she said that she was experiencing similar. Okay. Yeah, you very much. Yeah. Okay. Is there a meter that can measure either infra or on the ultrasound? Yes. In fact, I think there's an app that you can add onto your phone. I don't know exactly if it can measure, but it can detect infrasound. I'm not sure about ultrasound, but there is an app that you can put on your phone. Okay. Prince Gallitzin State Park. Yeah. Yeah, we had hosted a camp out there last summer. And we had invited, we have over 19,000 members in our group. And we had opened it up. Whoever wants to come, they were welcome to come. And, as always, there were, I don't know, how many Tara do you think came? There were, I don't know, I would say total maybe 10. Well, no, there was more than that. Maybe about 15 people total that showed up, for the, yeah, right, 12 to 15. Yeah, counting almost everyone, right around that number. Okay, Tracy, you live in Pittsburgh too. Oh, good to see some local people. Brian and Tracy, either one of you live on the north end? North side, North Park, or because I'm north of Pittsburgh, although I'm around 30 miles north, outside of Newcastle. Okay, Ross Township. Okay, okay. Oh, Carrie's Channel. Okay. Oh, West Mifflin. All right. Yeah, I used to live in Jefferson Borough. In fact, I went to high school, Thomas Jefferson High School, and I saw my very first Bigfoot whenever I lived there in Jefferson Borough. We lived on a 100-acre farm, and I saw my very first Bigfoot back in 1967, quite a while ago. But it's it's all McMansions over there now. But I was talking about Prince Gallitzin State Park, and we were sitting around the campfire. There were, let me see, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 of us. Sitting, some of us were sitting around the campfire, others were standing, and there was activity. There was something, I won't say it was Bigfoot, but there was something standing in the trees across from the campfire. And we were watching orbs up in the tree tops, floating around. And like I said, that was, I am really not sure how to take orbs. But all of a sudden, I started to feel pressure, and it kept building in my head. Building and building until, it was like a vice. It wasn't painful, but it was intense pressure in my head. And another team member reported she was having, something going on also. And the pressure was just building, and it was just, well, I'm part Irish, Native American, German. I'm a Heinz 57, but there's a lot of Irish in me, and that Irish gets angry quick. And so, it just, may as well say, it just pissed me off what it was doing. And I hollered at it. I said, "You just stop doing that." I said, "It's hurting, stop it." And little by little, the pressure let up. Whatever it wasn't behaving. It was, I'm thinking again, what they usually do is they'll do something to make us go away. We were staying up a lot later than the other people, and I think that they wanted to roam the campground, probably hunt, although I don't think that would be a good hunting area. I think they were just, okay, forest friend, yep. Okay, Squatch and Holler, do you think ultrasound could have triggered Siri on my phone? Ultrasound or infrasound? We didn't say anything, and it was at the same moment a big rock was tossed at us, just as I stepped past the marker. Yes, it's very, very possible that infrasound, could have affected your phone. Infrasound, and this is all through scientific study through the military, and it's public. The information is publicly accessible. Just need to dig for it a bit, but infrasound will affect electronics. It can do all kinds of weird things to your phones and your electronic equipment, that you're out researching with. It can drain batteries. It'll put out lights. There's all kinds of things that infrasound can do. And it's a bird thing. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. We're all Heinz 57s anymore. Oh, Siri said I don't quite understand. Ah, I wonder. Interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. What, man. So I wonder if something attempted to communicate and Siri just didn't understand. Okay, they mess with your camera on your phone sometimes too. Yeah. Yeah, it will. Yeah, it'll, all of a sudden there'll be interference. Your pictures won't turn out clear. Sound familiar? Whenever you're trying to take a picture of a Bigfoot. And even though, photos can be explained, the bad photos by, someone, zooming out a little bit too far to the limits of their, of their phone capability or the camera capability, and it just comes up not clear. Okay, you had an experience on Blue Mist Road. Oh, okay, that's around North Park, isn't it, Tracy? Yeah, I haven't been there yet. I've looked it up, and I know, other friends that have gone there. Yeah, that's a creepy area from all that I've heard. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go there sometime. TJ, hey TJ. Okay, you think the rock throw was leafy? Yeah, you think? Yep. Yeah, they have their ways of letting you know that it's time for you to go. You're not welcome. Okay. Irwin Road. Okay. That's right, because I remember looking it up on the map and thinking, boy, that was close to where I was at whenever I was down in that area for something else, and thinking, boy, that's close. I should get over there, but I ran out of time. Yeah, try an old Polaroid camera. Let us know what happens. Now, think about just about the clearest video and photo out there is from the Patterson-Gimlin film. It's not from an electronic camera. It's from the old camera. And those old cameras, you can sometimes pick them up fairly cheap off of eBay. Even the Polaroids. The photos, I don't think I would, the film on those sometimes just does not come out clear. Try to pick up an older, 35 millimeter camera even. If you don't, or else pick up an old video camera. I'm trying to think, like what they had in '67, and offhand I'm blanking out on the type of camera that they had back then. This would have been before VHS, perhaps Super 8. Yeah, during Super 8 times, whenever that was the type of camera. Okay, Blue Mist Road, Irwin Road. There's a trail off the road that takes you to the witch's house. You can still see the foundation. Very cool. TJ, this is in Allegheny County that she's talking about. It's up in the North Park area, isn't it? Yeah, North Park area, up around there. Yeah, 8mm, squatch and hollering, yeah. There's a really creepy area nicknamed Blue Mist Road, but it's really Irwin Road. And if you ever go there, TJ, give me a holler. I'll join you down there. It's there's all kinds of creepy reports there. Yeah, give me a holler. You have a couple old brownie cams. Oh my goodness. I had a bunch of old brownies and all kinds of old cameras. In fact, I may still, a friend of mine gave me a box full of old cameras, and I sorted through them and sold a couple. I'll have to dig through there, find the box and dig through, see what I have left over. Okay, the film is expensive, hard to get developed unless you do it yourself. Oh, okay. Thanks for the information, Robert. Yeah, 35mm used to be, well, you can probably just still take that to Walmart, but then the 8mm, that's probably the one that's expensive. Yeah, I think I still have maybe an old movie from 8mm film. The old home movies. The ones where all you see of the kids is you're waving hi or you're waving bye, but you never know which one they're doing because all they're doing is waving. Okay, you park on the side of the road or the lot at the lake in the park. The road eventually is closed to traffic. Okay. All right. Yeah, I've been to the lake in the park. Really got to look that up on the map again. Yeah, and I think, well, whenever I was there, it was daytime. And I know that the best time to go for the creepy factor is at nighttime, of course. And I have no idea if we'd even be allowed in the park at night. So I'm thinking it's something to investigate. That I've received Bigfoot reports from the North Park area. There's a lot of, people think, oh, it's impossible. There can't be any Bigfoot there. There's too many houses and it's too populated. If you actually go there and look, that whole area, it's wooded. And yeah, there's a lot of houses, but it's wooded and hills and hollers, Western Pennsylvania. I keep telling people, we're all hills and hollers, hills and hollers. Okay, people do investigate at night. Yeah, that's what I've heard, from other friends. Um, have you heard of Brian Seach? He and his team have gone back in there at nighttime, and I remember um, talking to him about it. You know, just a weird area. I've received reports from a lady that lives back in there, where she found footprints along a creek behind her house. And yeah, now this has been about 10 years ago, so, whenever she reported that to me. Okay, what's the name of their channel? Um, he doesn't have a channel. He runs the Center of Unexplained Events. He used to hold monthly meetings in Beaver County, in Monaca. Every month he would hold meetings for paranormal reports, Bigfoot, UFOs, ghost reports, any cryptid, anything paranormal going on. They investigated Mothman, Thunderbird. Okay, TJ, there was a sighting near you last night. Ooh, 9 to 10 foot tall Sasquatch run across Route 380 in Plum. Okay, very cool. Yeah, let me know. Let me know what you find out. That's very cool. People are surprised, that it's there's suburban areas and people think, oh, it's impossible. There's no Bigfoot there. You know, you're crazy to think that there's Bigfoot, around here. Well, heck, what else is in there? What else do you see in there? You see a lot of deer. You see coyotes in there. Coyotes come in fairly close. And deer, rabbits, raccoon, dogs, cats, garbage dumpsters from restaurants and bars. Whenever I say all of that, what do you think? Food source, easy access and in abundance. And that's where you go. You go where the food is in abundance. And we found plenty of footprints and handprints, and a lot of reports in suburban areas. Okay, you've heard of encounters near the park also. Yeah, it's something. Now, TJ, I'm trying to remember if I ever heard you talking about, if you've ever experienced getting zapped or hit with infrasound, because we're getting a little off subject. That's all right. Hey, this is a discussion, and we'll go wherever the discussion leads us. But I'm just wanting to know, who else in here has gotten zapped? Because I was talking about, there's infrasound, and then there's ultrasound. Okay, you've definitely been hit with infrasound. Interesting. Yeah, it's infrasound, and I know there's some people in here that didn't hear my explanation. as to the difference between infrasound and ultrasound. And yeah, you'll think ultrasound, that's what pregnant women get whenever they're pregnant and they go to the hospital, and the nurse or the tech rubs that gel, that freezing cold gel on your belly, and brings up a picture of the baby on the little screen. At least that's the way it used to be. I don't know how it is now. But infrasound is 16 hertz and below, levels of sound below human hearing, where we can't hear. Hey, Patty, good to see you in here. Okay, yeah, that crazy crackling sound, that could be infrasound. It's very possible because, again, infrasound can affect electronics. It'll interfere with your electronics. It'll drain your batteries. It'll affect the lights, and Squatch and Holler, his phone, Siri started talking to him, was reacting weird. Okay, now my Siri has heard me saying it. Where Siri on his phone said it couldn't understand what he was trying to say, or I can't understand you. But whatever it was, apparently infrasound, they were getting zapped, and the phone was getting zapped. Ultrasound is sound waves 20 hertz and above, audible sound that you can hear. And no matter what, either one can affect the human body in adverse ways. Whether, it can make you sick, it can diarrhea, vomiting, migraines, terror, abject terror, and all kinds of fun things. Whereas ultrasound, we were talking about, there's a link at the top of the comments section to an article where a gentleman heard a Bigfoot, possible Bigfoot, but it was something screaming, and it screamed or roared so loud that his eyeballs were affected, that he really couldn't see clearly. It was the tent walls were shimmering with the force of the roar. And I was telling about how a friend of mine up in Canada, she had gotten hit with ultrasound also. She was out hunting. Something roared at her and burst both of her eardrums. And again, that is ultrasound, where it's sound that you can hear. But infrasound, I'm not sure about ultrasound, if that can affect electronics. I know that infrasound can affect your electronics. And it'll drain your batteries, and that's very possible, Patty, where that sound comes over your parabolic mic. Very possible. Okay, let me see. Yeah, TJ, you're going to have to tell me about what happened, whenever you got hit with infrasound. If it's a long story, you don't have to share it right now. Too much typing, but if you can just type in what or how you were affected whenever you got hit with infrasound. How did it affect you personally? this is hard. I know one of these days I'm going to have to learn how to bring on a guest through here. And I see there's an invite button, but I'm afraid of touching it that I'm going to screw up the screen and make the whole shebang disappear. You know, that would be my luck. I'm still learning StreamYard. My dog is sitting on the chair, the office chair, right behind me, and she's hogging up the chair. She's nice and warm up against my back. It's nice, but ooh. She's shoving me forward, so I'm right at the edge of the chair. Okay, it doesn't happen every night. And you get such high reading on the EMF reader. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to pick up an EMF meter. I've been saying this for how many years now? Yeah, you're right, Forest Friend. Yes, she loves that spot. Yeah, she's a border collie. She weighs maybe 45 pounds, but she thinks she's a little lap dog, and no, she's not. She hogs up the chair. Okay, it was in the HOH rainforest. You got goosebumps all over. The hair on the back of your neck stood straight up. You were sick to your stomach, vomited, and about passed out. Okay, yeah, thanks, TJ. I'd love to hear it. I want to hear it. And everyone, TJ is our chapter lead. He stepped back for a little bit. He's taken a break. But he's our chapter lead for Allegheny County and a few other counties. And he's hosting a camp out at Prince Gallitzin State Park, where we had that encounter before. Oh, I appreciate it so much, TJ. You know that. But if you join our group, if you're not already members of Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project, join the group. We're on Facebook. All the information for the camp out is in there, but it'll be at a group camp at Prince Gallitzin State Park, and that is June. TJ, you'll have to put that into the chat, because I think it's at the end of June, but if you can put in the dates, for the Prince Gallitzin camp out. But we had so much activity last year. We had fantastic time. Lot of footprints found. Little things left around our campsites. Orbs. Something mysterious. Oh, thank you, TJ. Yeah, Prince Gallitzin State Park, guys. Come on and join us June 26th through June 30th. Get on our Facebook group, Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project. I do have the link for our group. And so all you have to do is click on the link. It should be on the YouTube channel. Might be in the description box. So click on the description box and join the group. All the information for that camp out and all of the other campouts that are. Okay, Tracy, it's at the Prince Gallitzin State Park. That is in Cambria County, Pennsylvania. It's, let me think. Yeah, if someone can very quickly put a link to it in the comment section. But join the group. If you're not already a member of Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project, our group, get on there. We have over 19,000 members. So that's how you'll know that you're in the right group. We have over 19,300 and some, almost 19,400 members. Okay, how often do you see orbs at the same time looking or researching the Sasquatch? Okay, you're talking to Patty. Okay. Okay, Tracy, good to see that you're a member of the group. That's great. Join our campouts. We always have a great time. I know not enough people come, and it's unfortunate. We share what we experience, so we're not hiding everything that we're experiencing. And people always say, oh, we missed it. I would have loved to come. Or do you ever hold campouts? And this is like a week after we come back. It's like, hey, hello. We've only been announcing this for months. Check the events section of the group. And there's up in the featured section also. Oh, okay, Tracy. Well, all I can suggest is maybe find a camping buddy, Tracy, and have them drive maybe. Someone to camp along with who is also interested in Bigfoot and wanting to learn, because what we teach, whenever you come on our campouts, I love to teach, what I know, what I've learned. And, this is TJ is hosting this particular campout. And I know he's arranged for speakers, and I don't know what all else, but there will be hikes, all kinds of fun stuff. Yeah, it's not far off of Route 22. Beautiful drive. So if at all possible, Tracy, if you can find someone to ride along with who also enjoys to camp and is curious about Bigfoot, it will be a primitive campground where the main group will be. There is the regular campground at the park that with electric sites and non-electric sites, and a few of us will be over there primarily because I think you kind of need to hike in over at the other campground. Although I'll be back and forth over there. I know in TJ I have to pay yet. I know that, and it's, let me think, $10 per day. I think it's $10 per day to camp. Okay, thanks, TJ. I'll get it to you. Don't worry. Aw. Okay, orbs. Force friend orb. Okay, thanks, TJ. $10 a day to camp. Force friends about orbs. How often do I see them? That was, I had seen orbs before. while we were out Bigfooting one time at another research area that I have, and that was only one other time. I don't see them all the time. This was just something unusual, because again, I don't know how to take orbs. I haven't quite figured out, and I don't think anyone has them figured out. Not that often. No. And I've been doing this for a long time. And I know that there's other researchers who reported them, but again, they don't see them that often. If it's, I don't know, personal theory of the orbs, it's just a personal theory, is that they are a side effect from infrasound. Again, infrasound can affect electronics. It's energy, it's a form of energy, frequency, and I'm thinking possibly, and again, this is just my personal theory, that they are formed or a byproduct, a side effect of infrasound being put out. Yeah, they're talked about a lot. Yeah, quite a few people. People theorize that they are spirits, or they are the Bigfoot who have, I don't know, transformed energy, basically. Yeah. Infrasound is energy, it's frequency. That it affects electricity. Again, it drains batteries. It'll interfere with your electronics, make your cameras malfunction, your phone. Like Squatch and Holler was saying, if Siri was talking back to him, it affected. Geez, every time I say that, my phone comes on. Siri, go away. I'm not talking to you.
Okay.
There. That's okay, forest friend. We put it into terms that we personally can understand, and there's a lot out there about infrasound. There's not so much about ultrasound out there in relation to Bigfoot. There is some information out there. It's not as generally talked about as often, as infrasound, getting zapped. Whenever people talk about getting zapped, they're referring to infrasound. And ultrasound would be also another way of getting zapped. It's just the sound is audible, whereas infrasound is the sound is inaudible. You can't hear it. Okay, you've been researching light waves and sound waves in relation to Bigfoot EMF spikes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. EMF spikes occur when Sasquatch is near. Oh, absolutely, yeah. You and I, we'll talk at the camp out. There's things I can tell you. Light waves, it's all frequency. Sound waves, it's frequency. Orbs and infrasound are related. Again, that's my theory. that they are related, that the orbs are a byproduct of the frequency of the energy put out by the infrasound. Okay, YouTube auditor, you're welcome. If any of you have any questions, throw them out here. I'll help as much as I can. There are things. See, I don't know all of you personally. I know a few of you personally, and there's things that I cannot say publicly because I don't know everyone. I don't know your motive and the information. You just have to be careful with some of the information because there are, well, heck, we all know, there's people out there who do not have good intentions towards the Bigfoot. We have to be careful. There's, I haven't seen many of them in the past few years, but beginning of my organization on Facebook, there used to be a few gung-ho idiots who would come into the group, and they would be all huff and puff, paramilitary. How do you find a Bigfoot? I want to bag me Bigfoot. I want to prove their existence. I'm going to drag it out and make the government acknowledge their existence and prove they exist. And that's all you can do, shake your head at them. I warn them and tell them, Robin Haynes. Oh, the name sounds familiar, forest friend. Offhand, I don't know. Although the name looks familiar. Used to be McCrae. I don't know. Okay, she guides you. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, like those Bigfoot hunters from Bigfoot is Real. I've never seen the show, but if they are out there with guns and trying to so-called bag myself a Bigfoot, idiots basically. They used to. Forest friend, no, I'm sorry. The name sounds familiar, forest friend. That's about it. People who go out, the idiots who go out and think that they can bag themselves a Bigfoot, they'll go out and if they are successful at shooting one, okay, they're from Oklahoma. Yeah, don't know. I don't have cable or satellite, so I really don't get very much TV. I tell them, quite frankly, I say, you may get lucky. You may be able to shoot one, but You may see that one, you may shoot that one, you may kill that one. But in the meantime, his buddies, his friends, 5 other ones are surrounding you. There's always more than one, always. Yeah, there's more than one, and they'll. I tell the idiots, you know, again, you may succeed in shooting one and killing one, but those 5 other ones that you didn't know were there, you may last a couple seconds, but that's about it. Yeah, shooting a human, well, absolutely, yeah, because they are part human. They do have human DNA. Yeah, I'm sorry for his friend. Yeah, that's okay. She works on the Genome Project. If she works with Dr. Ketchum, then yeah, she yeah, absolutely wonderful scientist. Yeah, Dr. Ketchum, she has done done their DNA, multiple DNA from around the world. They are unknown primate, part human, and something else. And I've talked extensively about what the possibility of the other something else could be, that through our experiments out in Oklahoma, that it kind of confirmed to me what Dr. Ketchum has also said, and kind of confirmed, at least to me. Yeah, she is. Dr. Ketchum is just a wonderful scientist who does not get the credit that she is due. And she is continually getting attacked by those who I don't think some of them just don't understand what they're doing. They're just following the pack by attacking her. This woman is amazing, and they've ruined her financially, emotionally, and God bless her. She has come back full force and continuing her work. And I have absolute admiration for her. And a couple years ago, she was selling coffee mugs that she was doing artwork on, and I purchased one for her, or from her. And I've got it in my collection, of other Bigfoot related things. And amazing woman. But yeah, if some idiot goes out there thinking that they can bag a Bigfoot, they'll be lucky if their bodies are found. Because a lot of times they just come up missing 411. It's there's so many stories out there, where idiots go out and shoot a Bigfoot, and these stories just aren't as well known, but it happens. A hunter goes out and accidentally shoots one out of fear, out of stupidity. I've spoken with a few. I've chewed them out because hey, some of them are prior military, and I'm sorry, if you cannot practice what your training through the military taught you, that you don't shoot what you can't identify. You don't shoot out of, something that wasn't really threatening you. Yeah, I chew these people out, and they're surprised at that because they expect me to be going, oh, ooh, ah. No, no. Mm-mm. Hey, Mark, good to see ya. Oh, hey. um, Good to see you in the room. Yeah, there's a lot going on with what's happening with the Bigfoot. All kinds of different things. Um, like TJ was saying, where you can bring your EMF detector. Uh, there are apps for your phone. At least there used to be. I don't know how good they are for infrasound detector. Okay, you wonder if they get upset, even people deer hunt. You mean if they get upset if people are deer hunting in their area? Is that what you mean, Tracy? I know of a lot of hunters who've been chased out of, their hunting area by Bigfoot, because, hey, that's their food. The deer are their food. Um, or either that, or else what they'll do is the Bigfoot will hang around. They'll wait until the deer hunter has shot the deer, and then they'll grab the deer and walk off with it. And the way you can tell that it was possibly, and I will say possibly, a Bigfoot that took the deer is that if it was a bear will drag off a deer. They'll drag it. And so it'll leave drag marks in the grass or the dirt along with the blood trail. Whereas a Bigfoot will just sling it up over his shoulder and walk off. Okay, Tracy, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they'll chase away a human because, number one, the human is hunting in their area and the Bigfoot want the deer for their family. That's how they feed their family. One of my neighbors, he was chased out of his area. He had gone over to his area where he had a tree stand. And this tree stand was, I think the top of it was about 9 foot up in the air. He found a deer carcass, totally stripped down to bone and sinew. That's all, sinew was just holding the bones together. But it was hanging from the top of the tree stand. And we he asked my opinion on it, and I consulted with, a couple other friends, and, we all came to the conclusion that was kind of a warning, more, a territorial warning saying, hey, this is my area. Let me, I hunt here. And so I told my neighbor, I said, do you have another area that you can go deer hunting at? And he said, yeah, just that this area is so good. And I said, well, at least this season, go hunting in your other area. This Bigfoot has a family to feed, and he wants this area. So I would give it to him. And so he did. My I try to always teach people to respect the Bigfoot, respect their territory, respect the matter that they have a family, that they are taking care of babies that they're raising and protecting. Just respect them. Whenever you are getting zapped, whenever you're getting rocks and tree limbs and everything else tossed at you, back off. Turn around and go away. That's usually a sign that, hey, this is my area. Let me have it. They're kind of bigger than you, so I would turn around and walk away. Yeah, sawdust is great. Mark and Larry, their podcast on Beast TV. If it, whoever is on here, and if you're not familiar with Beast TV, get on there. These guys have a fantastic podcast. If you look near the first episodes, I'm on there. Just during the first episodes, I wasn't. Heck, you guys, you live down there in Tennessee and so on, and I'm way up here in Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, I couldn't really research with you physically. But heck, I'm going to come down to LBO. I'm coming down again. I love it down there. Love you guys, much respect, for Mark and Larry and Shelley. Fantastic team. And now Debbie Jones and the Sisters of the Moon. And all great researchers. We met up years ago, and just a great team. Anyone else have any questions? Now, Mark, I know you got hit with infrasound in some way, shape, or form. Okay. Oh, thanks, Mark. Okay, Forest Friends, see you in a little bit. If anyone has any questions, throw them out there. Patty, are you still on here? Okay, let's see. Tracy has a question. What state would you love to investigate? I have got a couple states on my bucket list. I have been all over. I've gone down into Texas, been out in Colorado and Oklahoma, and up in New York, Canada. Washington, not really. I have no desire. Alaska, yeah, I'd like to get up into Alaska. Is it on my bucket list? I think I have more fear of the grizzlies. I think that would be about the only thing stopping me from going up to Alaska to go bigfooting. I was invited to go to Australia, to the Blue Mountains, and that is on my bucket list. I really Want to go yowie hunting. I've got friends there who invited me, and I was supposed to go in 2020, but there was a little matter of something else happening in the world that kind of blew that out of the water. So one of these days, I'm still hoping I'll get to Australia. I'd love to go to Sweden, Scandinavia. I've got friends over there, and apparently they've got some really a lot of activity out there. I've been in the Tennessee and Kentucky. I've been at both ends of Tennessee, both east and west, and North Carolina. I've been in Florida and South Carolina, but I didn't go bigfooting, although it was maybe just passively looking, but not really, nothing in depth while we were down there. I'm trying to think where else. New York State has, there's a research area that I hit up on a regular basis with some friends, and it is very active. It's right on the Pennsylvania-New York State border, and there's some really creepy, weird things going on there. That was the other place that I had seen orbs. Just strange area. There's a lot of weird things that go on there. Not only the orbs, but there have been some, well, I honestly, unfortunately, can't go into very much because that is still an active and ongoing investigation, and we're still compiling the information as to what is going on there and still processing it. And it's eventually, I've reported some of it in the group from our last investigation there. This was, I think, a year ago in February that I was up there. Man, it was cold, but it was so worth it. And another area up in Forest County, Pennsylvania, Allegheny National Forest, great area for Bigfoot. Forbes State Forest, love it there. But as for other states, I've gone into Ohio quite a bit, amazingly active. Let me think where else that I would want to go. Iowa. I would like to hit up Iowa and Nebraska, South Dakota, up in that area, in the heartland, of the U.S. That I would like to get in there because I've heard quite a few reports. Okay, Blue Line Bigfoot. Live in New York. Blue Line Bigfoot. Is that an organization, Tracy? Yeah, I know of a couple different organizations in New York State. One of the guys that I research with, one is from Canada, Seeking Ontario's Bigfoot is his organization. And then the other one is a single researcher. He has a YouTube channel. New York Bigfoot Todd, I think is the name of it. It's a weird channel name. I think somebody else set up the channel for him. New York Bigfoot Todd, Todd. He's got a lot of results on his channel, a lot of information and research from our area that we go to. As a matter of fact, there's 2 areas that we hit up on a fairly regular basis, and it's just amazingly active, and just some weird ass stuff, creepy, weird ass stuff going on. How about you, Mark? You still in here? And TJ, where else would you like to research? What other state or country? You too, Squatch and Holler, if you're still in here. Anyone else? Force friend. Everyone else in here who's an active researcher or even would like to get into researching. Other than Pennsylvania, if you're located in Pennsylvania, where else would you like to research? What other state? What other country? Adirondack area of New York. Yeah. There was oh man, what was his name? There was a guy up in that area, very active. And as a matter of fact, Kane and Eric had gone up there and checked out this guy's reports. And yeah, he was having a lot of activity. JP, oh, yes, thank you, Patty. Yeah, JP Fournier from Ontario, Seeking Ontario Bigfoot. Yeah, that's who I was talking about. Tara, Australia, yes. Maybe you and I can hit up Australia one of these days. Like I said, I've got friends up in the Blue Mountains. That's where he goes to on the most part. As a matter of fact, he's having a camp out in June. So, I want to go, but that would take quite a few thousands of dollars, and that I don't have. Blue Ridge Mountains, man, it's so beautiful. I love it, love it. And it's so active also with Bigfoot. Yeah, TJ, I'm trying to think of this guy's name, that he was having activity, and he had a daily journal that he would post of the activity going on. He and his wife were building a cabin on property up in the mountains, and he would journal and post it, on a daily basis as to what was going on and what his findings were. Blue Ridge Mountains. Oh man, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Yep, love it. Yeah, my part of my family's from West Virginia, and yeah, got hillbilly in my blood. Um, they were originally, that side of the family was originally from Germany. That song make you cry. I know that was my mother's favorite song because it was about West Virginia. Um, Patty, yeah, you think Kentucky's plentiful with Bigfoot? Yes, yes, it is, and I'm sure Mark can attest to that also. Um, yeah. Yeah, I've got a few friends who live in Kentucky, different areas of Kentucky, and um, yeah, there's a few other sections of, I've been in the land between the lakes in southwestern Kentucky, and I've been through Louisville and Lexington, um, those areas, with the horse farms and the whiskey trail, the bourbon trail. And beautiful state. I love Kentucky. Um, I I don't think, no, I haven't researched in eastern Kentucky though, up in the mountains. So that can be on my bucket list also. Get up in the mountains in Kentucky. I want to get up in there. I love Kentucky. That's I've been there. My dad used to live in Louisville. Let's see. Okay, your dad's family was from Kentucky. The Blue Ridge Mountains, Kentucky. I don't know. I'm partial to the mountains. Um, I've been. Okay, yeah, West Virginia. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, my mother's family was from Morgantown and Fairmont area, and German Irish. A lot of hillbillies, though. A lot of the family still up on the mountain, up on the Kingwood Pike in Morgantown. Before it was cool, whenever it was all hillbillies up there. Now it's all rich people. Brewster Mills, yeah. Yeah, I've been through there. Yep. Yeah, there was, oh goodness, we used to go back in the hills. Oh man. Geez. And I'm trying to think of where the Mothman is. Not the Mothman. The, down in West Virginia, doggone. Um, okay. Your daughter lived in Louisville for a while, close to Waverly Hills Sanitarium. Long time ago, I was into ghosts and so on. Point Pleasant, well, Point Pleasant is Mothman. Um, there's another one further down. If you travel down 79, around the middle of the state, and there's this other cryptid alien creature that looks like a alien, um, almost like a Dalek from Doctor Who. Okay, Cheat River, Morgantown. Yeah, there's Cheat Lake, Cheat River, Monongahela River. Um, yeah, there's Flatwoods Monster. Thank you, Tara. I was having a senior moment there. Yeah, TJ, both of you came up with it. Sutton. Yeah, Sutton. Uh, Okay, yeah. I'm trying to think exactly where Flatwoods, Montswell, Flatwoods. Um, no matter where, no matter where you go to in West Virginia, it's a beautiful state. My mother, uh, my dog is crowding me out of the chair. Ugh. Okay, now I got my chair back. Um, she would always say her car automatically turned south to West Virginia. She could never go north. Yeah, the Flatwoods Monster. That is something I've never researched. I know about it, but that's about it, and I haven't a clue what on earth it is. Um, it's not something that I've researched. Um, don't know what it is, but there's reports about it. There's the Waverly Sanitarium in outside of Louisville. And like I said, I used to watch the ghost hunters, and but I've long since gotten out of that after some creepy things happened around the house. So I said, nope, 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 not going to bring anything into the house. I used to live in a haunted house. Bigfoot's enough. that Bigfoot is plenty enough for me. I don't need um, see, I don't delve into, I don't research UFOs. I don't research ghosts. I research primarily Bigfoot. I have delved a little bit into other cryptids, such as Wendigo and Gugwe and the Grass Man, but primarily Bigfoot. Um, I've there. I really haven't researched just very very little about the little people. I know Tara, you and I spoke about them. You and Dave Wargo. I think Dave told you a little bit about the little people also. Where Tara researches, there are a lot of little people reports. And yeah, that's something that a lot of people just aren't familiar with, and it's something that you really should learn about, because I think that there's more of them than what, even possibly more than Bigfoot in numbers. Just a personal opinion. Hillview Manor. You get a creepy feeling in the parking lot. I will not be going in there. Evil attachments. Yeah, Tracy, I live 15 minutes from there. Every year they hold the HillCon, their paranormal festival, and I've spoken there before. I've set up as a vendor there almost every year. And yeah, I get a creepy feeling in there whenever they set me up in some of the rooms. Some of the rooms I really don't feel anything, but then there's one room that they put me in, and it was like the one corner. I knew that there was something in that corner. And it didn't feel evil, but I don't get into ghosts because, again, I don't want to bring anything home. Um, and the people who work there, they say, no, the ghosts there, Hillview men, or they're happy there. They don't really attach and go outside, don't go or attach to anyone because they're happy where they're at. Well, I take that with a grain of salt. Because quite frankly, I'm one of the people who believe that they're demons, and I don't get into that. But tell you what, people, yeah, I agree, Tracy. It is almost 9 o'clock. I've had so much fun here that I kind of lost track of time, and we got way off the subject. But then again, whenever I hold these podcasts like this, I don't. I may start out with one particular subject, but I enjoy letting the conversation roam wherever it goes, where it may. And yeah, you're right, Tara. It has been a great chat, and I'm glad that all of you stopped in, and this has been fantastic. I try to hold these live podcasts, these live conversations every week, every Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're not already a member of Pennsylvania Bigfoot Project, the Facebook group, and if you have no objection to joining a Facebook group, get on there. We have over 19,000 members. We hold campouts. There's meetings. There's festivals and conferences. And we have all that information up in the featured section of the group under events. So please check that out. Check out the files section of the group. I've got a ton of information in the files section that I have compiled over the years that is freely available to all of you. Go on to Amazon if you're interested in reading a little bit more about myself and my adventures, my background and adventures. I've written a book. It is on Amazon. Bigfoot and my 50 years of Bigfooting. Well, not 50 years of Bigfooting, 50 years and still going on. I'm tired right now. I'm sorry. And just, get on Amazon, type in my name, Mary Fabian. It'll be the first thing to pop up, first thing on the list. It comes in Kindle and paperback also. Unfortunately, I just sold my last paperback copy. I don't have a copy here. But like I said, if you're interested in learning a little bit more in my background and reading about some of my adventures, get on Amazon. I'll show you a picture, what it looks like. There we go. Okay. Whoop, whoop. There we go. Tell your perspective on here is kind of backwards. Okay. What I've learned about Bigfoot, 50 years and counting. I swear, I'm having senior moments all over the place. Can't even remember the name of my book. Hey. How you doing? You come in here just at the end. I'm saying goodbye. Oh, man. Uh, Thank you for stopping by, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Stop in next week, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. You know, I may start out with a subject just to just to kick it off, but let's let it roam wherever the conversation wants to roam. God bless you, all of you. Thank you, Misty. Uh, Thank you, all of you. God bless. Monkey Wench out.